I like to talk in this eighth video about another interesting psychologist, social psychologist, who has contributed to a lot of our understanding of human behavior. That is Julian Rotter, 1916 to 2014, died about 3 years ago. Julian Rotter is known for his contributions on locus of control. It's a very interesting concept of locus of control, and also on interpersonal trust and gullibility. He has developed tools to measure both locus of control and interpersonal trust, and which we use widely in our country, with of course modifications and adaptations to the Indian situation. The concept of locus of control uh, deals with your extent to which you believe that you are the product of your own doings. In other words, people with high internal locus of control believe that they make themselves, their personality, and their future. Or alternately, things that happen to them are attributed to themselves. They take ownership, they start thinking that their success and failure are largely determined by their own effort or their own kind of an ability, and circumstances have much less to do with the success. Whereas these are people called as internals. Uh, People who are externals believe that things that happen to them are consequence of factors outside them, external to them, and these are maybe the fate, maybe the Almighty God, maybe powerful people outside them, maybe chance factors, maybe a luck, stars, and so on. In other words, things that happen to us, if they are attributed to outside world, these are called externals, and things that happen to us, if we attribute it largely to our own selves, these are internals. So this is the concept of locus of control. Where do you locate the point of control of things that happen to you? Now it's a very interesting concept, because if you believe that you matter in making things happen to you, you are likely to take a lot of responsibility, a lot of ownership, and put in psychological and physical kind of an effort to make things happen. Whereas if you believe somebody else determines things that happen to you, then you are likely to take life easy. You may not all the time be therefore interested in putting effort, because it is already predetermined, or somebody else is going to have much larger impact on things happen to you. This is a very interesting kind of concept. A lot of research has been done on this concept of locus of control, and it is not that, of course, the concept says that you don't fall into always an extreme, although there are people who fall into extremes. You may be 80% internal, 20% external, or 80% external, 20% internal, and so on. It is always a, a combination of both internality and externality. And what is desirable is to have a large part of internality, so that particularly in organizational life, you can make things happen, and so on. The concept of interpersonal trust says that over a period of time we acquire, following the social learning theory, our attitude to other people, and start believing whatever they say. Take the other person on the face value of the other person, and believe everything what the other person says is a reflection of high interpersonal trust. It also shows that if you are highly trusting kind of a person, you may also be gullible, and so on. Very interesting articles have been written. Trust, of course, creates a positive society. If you want to create a very positive society, we need to learn to trust each other, and we also need to be trustworthy, and so on. I think these are two very interesting concepts. You can type Julian, 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 Rotter, Rotter, in the internet, and then you will get a lot of references to his work, his theories. And at TVRLS, we have also developed tools to measure both locus of control, which is meant for Indian culture, as well as the interpersonal trust of people, again meant for Indian culture. And we also added a dimension called trustworthiness, because we believe that people who are trustworthy are also likely to have high interpersonal trust. And what is required in the society is to inculcate a high degree of trust and trustworthiness and so on. So I'm sure you will enjoy learning about Rotter and trying to look at your own scores on locus of control as well as interpersonal trust. All the best from TVRLS.